Happy Tuesday, friends. My name is Yolanda with Harper Therapy, and I wanted to spend a couple of minutes sharing some tips with you guys. We've been talking about anxiety and how to know if you're experiencing anxiety, how to find some professional help, when to know when you need professional help, breathing for anxiety. We've been sharing some tips over the past several weeks about what anxiety looks like, feels like, and how to help with feelings of anxiety. And I wanted to talk today about the use of exercise for anxiety. So we're starting with the idea of the use of exercise, but really I want to shift the word exercise to movement. I just got back from a training. I had the privilege of training some therapists in accelerated resolution therapy all the way out in Olympia, Washington. So welcome to the Pacific Northwest Accelerated Resolution Therapy. Got a great group of clinicians out there who are ready to help their clients heal with accelerated resolution therapy. But that meant some long days of travel. That meant long days of sitting during training sessions, sitting a lot more than what I'm used to. And even though I took my little travel yoga mat, and I had some audio recordings of some yoga classes, and even though I would go for walk to lunch and dinner, I still found myself feeling a little off, feeling a little like, yeah. So realistically speaking, as mammals, we're meant to move. And as human beings over a period of time, and especially in our society recently, we have become very sedentary. And that does not help. It certainly doesn't help when we experience anxiety. So I want to talk about kind of movement more than exercise is helping with anxiety. So what we want to start with is the idea of starting small. That whole idea of couch to 5K, I really want to challenge that. If you are sitting in front of a computer all day with your job and you're not moving very much, then the last thing you need to do is try to go out and run 5K because then you're going to overdo it. And it's going to be painful, and then you're not going to do it again. So if you haven't been exercising or moving very much lately, just find ways of incorporating movement into your day a little bit more. A lot of us have those fitness trackers, and that's a good way of kind of getting steps in. If you set a reminder on your fitness tracker to get up and take some steps each hour. If you're used to maybe exercising a couple of days a week, maybe you extend that to 3 or 4. So just start with where you are and build gradually. The idea is what's going to keep you in the game for the long run. So after starting small, you want to build up to maybe 3 to 5 times a week, maybe about half an hour a day, right? Could be more, could be less, depending on what works for you. Then you want to find something that you enjoy. What is something that you enjoy doing as you move your body that doesn't even feel like exercise? So for me, that's definitely yoga. That is taking the dogs for a walk or for a hike. That's paddleboarding. Find something that you really enjoy doing. If you hate running, then don't run. Maybe you really enjoy kayaking. Maybe you enjoy turning on some music in the house and dancing around the kitchen with your socks on. So find something that you are going to enjoy. Then what we want to do is consider cardio as something that is going to be helpful for anxiety symptoms. Cardio is a good way to burn off some of that anxious energy. It releases endorphins. And again, find a cardio activity that you enjoy. It might be running, it might be walking, dancing, swimming. It might be biking, rollerblading, or a class at the gym. So consider cardio, something that's going to get your heart rate going. And then conversely, work your nervous system. Find something that is going to work each side of your body, which creates bilateral stimulation for your nervous system and calms the nervous system. That's a little hack there. So that's the left-right movement in the body, and that looks like yoga, some dance, tai chi. Movement like that is really going to help with some bilateral stimulation, which is going to calm the nervous system, engage the parasympathetic nervous system to calm the sympathetic nervous system. Another thought about movement and how it could be helpful is to get outside. I can't tell you the number of times that I've had conversations with people about what their most peaceful place is. And sometimes it's a place indoors, but more often than not, the most peaceful place that people connect with is outside. It's in a meadow or in the woods, or for most of us, for many of us here in Florida, it's on the beach. So getting outside, and moving our bodies at the same time is great for helping relieve anxiety. Movement and exercise also helps us to build distress tolerance skills. So hear me out here. There is at least one moment in each of my yoga classes that I attend that I seriously think that I'm going to die. I'm like, this is it. We're done. I'm done. I'm out. And then I remind myself, like, I've been here before. I've had this feeling. I've been in distress like this before. And maybe I take it down in my workout just a notch and breathe some more and practice breathing some more until I remember, oh man, like every other class that I've been in, I've felt this way at some point, and every other class that I've taken, I have survived. So that is really something that I carry forward in my day-to-day life, like that building of that distress tolerance. It's something that I remind myself, like, I've been through something hard before. I can get through this. I can just slow things down a little bit, take a breath, and take the next step forward, make the next move. So that is something that we can use movement and exercise to help us with. Exercising really helps us to, in a lot of ways, lose time and get into a flow of practicing mindfulness, and it can be even meditative. So usually definitely if I'm on my paddleboard, I totally lose time. I am in that moment. I am on that board. And usually I'm like, how do I stay on the board? Hey, Wade, how are you? So usually in those moments, I'm like, I need to be able to stay on this board, and I'm very present in that moment. And when we are present in the moment, there is not as much room for that hamster wheel to spin in our brain. Another benefit of movement for anxiety and using exercise for anxiety is that it allows us to create some new and additional social connections. So I know that that has certainly been the case for me as I have built my yoga practice. I go to a studio that is super community focused and kind of family oriented. And so it's great to be able to connect with other people. And even a good part of our Harper Therapy team, the other night, in fact, there were 3 of us there in class, myself, my husband, who is the co-founder of Harper Therapy, and then our client care coordinator, Jody, was in class too. And there's just something super cool about working out together, and something really super cool about surviving an intense workout like that. So wanted to share with you guys some tips about the use of exercise and movement for helping with feelings of anxiety. Remember, get out there, move your body in any way that works, any way that feels right for you. Do it on a regular basis. Do it outside as much as you can, being aware of the Florida heat, and do it with people that you care about. whether those be human people or furry people. Hope that you guys are having a great day, and we will talk to you again soon.